certain teams, I think we respect the fact that it's one of those rivalries. Although we don't necessarily respect each other, we respect the rivalry.
At least for those 60 minutes or what is the high school game? 45, 15-minute periods. Well, that's very good. So UNH is good. Doing any skating there or?
No, I mean I'm playing intramural, stick time, just random stuff like that.
Stick time, is that?
That's just like public ice time.
Okay.
Like pickup hockey. Like once or twice a
Well,
week.
that's kind of what I meant. That's important stuff.
That's the best. That's where we all aim to end up.
There you go. You look good. Staying in shape. Didn't get the freshman 20 or whatever they call it now.
Not yet. It hasn't come on yet. But right before the holidays, I wouldn't put that away yet.
Good to come home and see all the friends. This used to be one of my favorite breaks. I remember.
Really good. Yeah. Like I said, I haven't been home in a couple months really, and I have a couple friends that are at school with me, so I see them a lot. But seeing the guys that I don't see on a regular basis is nice.
Any hockey guys go out with you? Or?
Yeah, Justin Knight's up there now. So we hang out quite a bit.
You guys were the same year?
Yeah.
It kind of all merges together for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I hang out with them, and then Miles Maloof, football
star. Guy, yeah.
We were.
Is he playing at UNH?
No, he's not.
He's not really. He was a really good player.
Yeah.
It's tough to play big-time college football these days.
Yeah.
So what's the you'll head into the game tonight. Do you like go talk to Coach, you mean, or do you kind of give him his space with the boys? Or?
I give him his space. I talked to him after the Westford game for a little bit, but before and during the game, I kind of let him do his thing.
I've always liked that about a lot of the Newburyport sports, really, hockey in particular. Maybe that's just because I spent more time with them, but he always keeps the alumni involved a lot. Like they're always popping their heads in, or I think some of them will even skate if they're around and practice, but it's a cool little family thing, really.
Oh yeah, it's one of those things that once you graduate, you're still a part of it. He invited a bunch of us back to skate with him.
Did he?
He's always had guys that practice over breaks. So and he's got the alumni game coming up. So he does whatever he can to keep us all together.
When's the alumni game?
It's right after Christmas.
Oh, okay.
I don't think my grade is allowed to. My class
you guys aren't old enough yet.
No, I guess you got to be 2 years graduated now.
Is that the rule? Really?
I think so.
High demand, I guess.
So many of us. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess all the old guys want to take some shots at some of the.
Exactly.
Do they actually play the current team? Is that how it works?
No, it's not the current team.
It's they play each other.
Yeah, there's two different sessions. One of them's all the old guys, and then one of them's more recent, like past 10 years.
Oh, they break up alumni.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you watch the other game? Like the younger guys must kind of get a good laugh out of some of the older guys.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny seeing like our coaches, Beaupont and Gadeas. They both play in the older game, and it's funny seeing them out there.
Jetty must be able to still go, right?
Yeah, he can still skate pretty well.
Yeah, well, that's good. I mean, what did he? Was he the all-time second? Right, second all-time.
I think so. Yeah.
I never got to watch it myself, but I've heard stories. So yeah, that's fun. So you think you're going tonight? What's the thing you miss most about the high school sports scene, hockey in particular, though, being a game night?
Yeah, I think the excitement of game days was arguably the best part of playing. I mean, obviously playing the games is the best part, but aside from that, the hype leading up to the game, being in the locker room right before, going out to stretch the team, everything just leading up to the first puck drop, and then coming out and seeing everybody there.
Yeah, that camaraderie stuff behind the scenes.
Yes, absolutely. It's the best part of high school.
And your terrible music choices before the game. Were you in charge of that?
I wasn't. No, luckily I didn't have to.
There's always somebody in charge. People think it's just like this random thing, but no, there's usually like a person that's.
Yeah, every year it's somebody different. I think last year it was. I think it started with Owen Bradbury. And ended with Pat Leary.
Bradbury didn't get like another year of eligibility?
No, I think he tried. But he couldn't win it.
I felt like he was there for after I screwed up that first goal that he scored. I called it to somebody else, and he never let me hear the end of it. I felt like the kid was there for 6 years, wanted me to hear about it every chance he had. But so is this North Reading tonight? This is. I mean, that was a tough building to play in. This game tonight is at home for Newburyport. I wonder, did you guys really notice, like, is it a lot, not easier is the wrong word, but a real home ice advantage in Newburyport, right, at the Graph?
I think so. I think the Graph rink in itself, it's a smaller surface.
There are some quirks, aren't there?
Yeah, there's a lot of quirks, a lot of weird bounces.
You spend enough time there, Yeah, that's in particular. You guys would rattle pucks off the team, take weird bounces, and you guys would be in the right spot.
Yeah, so that's that. And then we've always had good fan sections, so playing in front of your home fans is always a blast and always gives you that little competitive advantage. So I think that's the best part about playing at the Graph is that our fan section is always out in full force. So that's definitely an advantage.
Who's their goalie this year?
Jackson Marshall.
He was there when you were there, but
yeah, he was our
didn't see
backup
much
last
time,
year.
right?
No, he didn't really see any time. And then he
sophomore now, or
he's a sophomore. Yeah,
he's a young guy.
Yeah, he put in a lot of work over this summer. And after seeing him against Westford Academy this weekend, he's improved tremendously.
Would you guys? What was it like going against him in practice? Were you guys kind of impressed with him even as a freshman, or?
Yeah, I mean he
had that guy Ken Hodge. You hoped you didn't see too much of him,
exactly.
probably.
No, he was fun to. He's a good breakaway guy. So when you're coming down in practice, just going on a little shootout or whatever, he's a fun guy to go up against. But yeah, you'd rather
when you have Ken Hodge, if you're seeing the backup, you're in trouble, right?
Exactly.
The as far as being a sophomore though, and that's not the easiest thing in the world to do. It probably helps being around you guys as a freshman, even though maybe you don't see that much time as a goalie. It's probably just being around the guys, and you're probably more comfortable as a sophomore than coming in off the street, right?
Absolutely, yeah. I think, especially playing behind Kenny Hodge, I think he had a good guy to look up to and kind of follow behind.
Probably a good mentor there.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, we were a very close bunch last year. Seniors were close with freshmen and everything in between. So I think it was good for him as a freshman to, although he wasn't playing, he still became really well integrated with the team and became a member before he actually started playing in games.
You guys got that state tournament little chip off the shoulder there, whatever that was. I know Coach, that was driving Coach Yameen crazy for several years.
Yeah, it was nice to finally get a win. Season ended a little bit shorter than we were hoping for, but
although you guys were a lot better than I think people thought you were going to be last year.
I think so.
Sprinted right out.
We didn't really know what to expect at the beginning of the year after losing a pretty good class before us. But we ended up turning things around in a good way. Like I said, we were undefeated in the Cal, a couple ties, and I think we had three regular season losses, which is pretty good really good for us. So yeah, it was nice to make the tournament and get that bye, and then be a good team in Austin Prep right after that. But yeah,
you miss these coaches too. It's a tight group that coaches. You say it's always nice to have the tight team come together because the coaches aren't budging. If those guys are as close as can be.
Yeah, definitely. We were a close team, but we had a close coaching staff, so they went hand in hand together, and it really showed last year.
Yeah. What's the? It's funny. I've mentioned this before on the show, and because I just had him in here a couple weeks ago, actually. Coach Yameen was in here, and he does have that. I guess people think he's like this hard-nosed coach, and I guess he probably is in some ways. But like players that play for him all the time tell me like there's nobody like I'd rather, if I ever really need anything, like that's the guy I'm going to. Like
absolutely, he'll be there for you. I mean, he's a tough coach to play for sometimes, and everybody knows that. But that's kind of what makes him a good coach. But the second you're off the ice and out of the locker room, he'll be there for you at any second, no matter what the situation is.
Tough as like he'll kick you off the ice every now and then too, right?
Yeah, he's
You've been a part of one of those,
pretty
Matt?
Unpredictable. I've been a part of a couple of those, unfortunately. But,
couple of those.
Yeah.
Well, you played a lot of years there.
Yeah.
How does that go? Do you guys see that coming? Is that a we're on his bad side?
Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. We had one practice where we did sprints for the full hour, which we did not see coming.
The full hour?
Yeah, that was a tough one.
Oh, my goodness.
But other times, after a bad loss or a tough week of practices, you're on his bad side and you're ready for it.
A full hour? That's like Miracle on Ice stuff there.
Yeah, it was.
What game was that after?
That was after the Amesbury game that I think we won 8-2.
No kidding.
Yeah, we had a pretty tough warm-up, and so he said we owed him 7 minutes, and 7 minutes turned into about an hour. So
after an 8-2 win.
Yeah, it was. We were just as confused as you are right now.
I wonder if I can get a comment from him. Maybe during a commercial break there.
Probably not. I doubt it. I doubt
it's game day.
Yeah, exactly.
That is too funny. That I did not know that. So yes, but you pretty much know when you've done it. I guess is probably the rhyme or reason. Has one guy ever caused that? You've had some characters on that team over the years.
We've had plenty of characters. I'm sure there have been one guys, but he's never told us that it's been one guy. He's always blamed it on the team.
The whole team pays.
Better for us all, honestly.
That is too funny. Again, we're joined here by Matt Babcock, former Newburyport Clipper, college guy now. UNH, first semester in the books. Speaking of books, how's that going? Grades good? Parents happy?
Yeah, they are right now. We'll see when all the final grades get in, but
You find it tough at all balancing the first semester is tough.
yeah, it was a weird transition from high school to college.
I don't think everybody, I always say, I don't know if, I mean, you can look back on this in 5 years. I always say freshman year is the hardest year for me. Tyler, you? Schoolwork-wise, college year, freshman?
Probably, yeah.
Probably, yeah. It's tough. It's a tough transition.
I think it was the transition that was the hardest.
Yeah.
I mean, academics, they're definitely doable as long as you balance it the right way. And I think find that balance.
Yeah, well, there's a lot to do, though.
Yeah, there's a lot to do.
UNH, a lot to do up there, too.
Yeah.
I was, like, if I had my GPA ended up being all right there in college, but if I could eliminate freshman year, it would have been considerably higher.
Yeah, that's what it is for a lot of people.
Yeah. And let that one get away a little bit. But no, it's good. So you're enjoying yourself. What's the campus living?
Yeah. I was living in a dorm, and then I'm actually moving into a fraternity house next semester, so it's gonna be a little different. But
So you did the whole recruiting. They recruited you here for the first semester.
Yeah,
that's always fun. When they're recruiting you part.
Yeah, it was. The beginning was fun, and then it became you became a pledge, and it was a little different. But
yeah, I know you. I know you can't talk much about that. Yeah. I did when I was at school, they did the recruiting, and they invite you to all the parties and all that stuff. And then I broke off right before that time. So a few people went through with it though. And what frat is it? You can say that part.
Yeah,
right?
Sigma Beta fraternity.
What is that like? What's their code or whatever? They stand for something? Nothing.
A lot of what we have is unspoken. Don't
you have to like publicly stand for something? Isn't there like a national chapter?
We're a local fraternity. We don't have a national chapter.
They have simply local fraternities? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so ours is one of the local ones. We don't report to a national chapter, which is actually pretty nice for us. So pretty much our alumni association runs our fraternity, which is good and bad. But
how many years?
It was founded in 1921. So
okay. So it's been a long local fraternity. Very good. All right. Well, I don't think any of the founders are around, but very good. So the UNH now. So is most of the students they're living on campus mostly, right? There's not too much outside.
For the most part, yeah. There's a lot of like off-campus apartments that the upperclassmen tend to live in, but most freshmen and a lot of sophomores do live on campus.
Yep. We get a lot of, as you know, the students in here, and it is that time of year as far as kind of, I think for a lot of people the past week was early admission or whatever, but it's right around that time of year where you're really kind of thinking about it as a senior. You remember that process?
I do, yeah. It was a stressful one.
It is. There's nothing, I've never heard anybody say it's not stressful.
Oh, no. I think it's...
I envy the person who's like, I knew where I wanted to go, got in, and I went there. That was it. I envy that person.
Everybody makes it stressful because they're aiming for different schools. But yeah, I remember this time last year, I was waiting to hear all those letters. I didn't really have a first choice until I got into the ones that I got into. And so it was nerve-wracking thinking that you're not going to get into anything.
Yeah. How many did you apply to?
I think I applied to 6.
6, yeah. I think that's what I was going for. I think I ended up like 15 because like my mother secretly like sent in things. She was like, "You might not get into those." Gotta make sure he's covered.
If I could have applied to more, I probably would have. But that stuff's expensive.
Yeah, they charge you like $100 or something, right? $75. Yeah.
So I had to choose wisely.
I didn't even know that either. I was lucky enough to have parents who did not put that on me, but I did not realize when we were sending those in. They just let me apply wherever. And I said, wow, you got to pay for that too? My goodness. But was you happy with your choice?
Yeah, very happy. I don't think I could be happier. It feels like home.
Oh, that's good. How long did it take it to feel like home?
Probably only a couple weeks. It happened pretty quickly. My roommate. I didn't know my roommate going in. And so
One roommate.
Yeah, we became best friends really quickly.
That's
I think
lucky,
that made it a lot easier.
Yeah. Did you do? So you did random assignments?
I didn't do random, but I found him in like a Facebook group. So,
okay.
Yeah. So I didn't. I've talked to him a couple times over text, but I'd never met him. So going to that first day, it was
from
weird.
Around here.
Yeah, up north a little bit, North Conway.
Okay.
Sure.
Very good. Yeah. I remember we had they gave us the option. Did you have the option to pick somebody if you wanted,
Yeah.
and you can room with them.
Yeah.
And then like they kind of tell you, but we highly suggest you don't do
Yeah.
that. I don't know if
Yeah.
they probably give the same speech to every school, and I like could not have been with somebody more different than me. Like whatever. But we're just different people. But he was more of an inside video games guy. I was more out there, I guess. And like he ended up being like one of my best friends though coming out. It was like, I always tell people that, like, I don't know, I would just go for it and meet somebody new, and even if they're different, it'd probably work out,
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, and if you have a great friend, I guess it's not the worst thing to bring somebody along with you. But that's that. So campus living, food good?
Food's good, yeah. I'm happy to be home and have some real food in me after that campus food for
it is spoiled once you get back, right?
Yeah, I mean the food's bearable, which is better than other schools. So
yeah, though I saw UMass is like the best in the country.
Yeah, UMass food's it's better than the food. You've
been up there?
Yeah,
out there. Well, down there for you. Yeah. I was actually surprised to hear that. I that has changed over the years because I remember visiting UMass a few times, and needless to say, it didn't jump out at me. But that's good. What's the schedule? Are you doing 5 days a week and everything? You doing 5 full school days, or have you worked out a crazy schedule yet?
Yeah. So my first semester schedule was 5 days, and my second semester is only Monday through Thursday. So
nice.
I have a long
3-day weekend.
Yeah.
That's well played. That's kind of tough to do as a freshman. Work that out.
Yeah, it is. I got a good registration time, so it ended up just working out.
Very important, kids. For those of you going to college next year, get the schedules right. I did a Tuesday Thursday week one year. I loved
busy days. That's
I
pretty
loved
good.
it.
Long
Well, yeah,
weekends.
it was when I had moved. I was at Bryant, Rhode Island, and I had moved off campus to Bryant. So it was like a 20-minute ride in each day. So it was like $20 in gas if I can only make that trip 2 days a week. And it worked out fine. Long days, yeah, but you just gear up for the days.
Right.
Just don't get sick on those days. That was kind of the thing. But that was probably my favorite schedule when it was all said and done.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good.
It does. You got to keep yourself. You got to like make sure I made sure I play basketball every day, off day and stuff. Though you got to stay active.
Yeah,
or,
you gotta stay busy.
It's very easy
sure,
to just. Anybody want to go out on Monday? Seems like a good night. But yeah, Tyler's laughing back there. What's your schedule? What was your final year schedule?
I had Wednesdays off.
Wednesday. I kind of like the Wednesday off too. I had a Wednesday off from work recently. It was when I went to the Dave Matthews show that night, and it was up in New Hampshire actually. Manchester, New Hampshire, and I loved the Wednesday off. Kind of broke up the week nicely.
It's just like it's not a full weekend, but 2 days.
Yeah, well, yeah. Then you come back on Thursday. It feels like Monday kind of again, but it's already Thursday. Anyway, we should probably put a camera and a microphone in front of you over there. I think you should be like that guy that chimes in, Tyler, Tyler Neufeld, by the way, producing. David Kramer producing. Maya Gassman is back from school, right?
Yeah, she's doing some edits right now.
Oh, okay. Do you know her, Maya?
I do. Yeah, she was in my graduating class.
Oh, you guys are the same grade?
Yeah.
No kidding. I haven't talked. Where'd she end up? I haven't even talked to her yet. I said like hello, and then I don't know. You walked in, I guess. Where's she at? Do you know?
I have no idea.
Do you know Tyler?
Champlain.
Champlain?
Yeah.
Oh, Vermont. Smart up there, I think. Champlain. I have a wedding in Vermont on New Year's. My sister-in-law.
Wow.
Very exciting. You don't care about that. Again, we're joined by Matt Babcock. You got 10 more minutes in you, bud? We'll bring you back and bring this thing home?
I do.
Sounds good. All right. Matt Babcock, we're doing a little alumni show here. Good thing. We tend to do this here during the holiday breaks for these guys, and it's always nice to get the college kids back in here who are back home for the holidays. So much more with Matt Babcock in just a moment. Keep it here. My name is Drew Moholland. This is Afternoon Drive on Chopper Radio. All right, welcome on back to Afternoon Drive here on Joppa Radio. My name is Drew Moholland. Hope you're all having a good Tuesday afternoon. And happy holidays to everybody. 1 week away from Christmas here, so craziness. Did you do all your shopping there, Matt Babcock?
I've done very little of my
Come on,
shopping.
Matt.
Yes. Just need one trip to the mall and I'll be all set.
Yeah, that's how I kind of feel too. Although it's funny. Apparently I'm like not a. I feel like I'm a good. I don't let people down with the gifts. I feel like I would take a lot of pride in making sure I get a good gift. I don't want to be that guy. Oh, I think with my wife I struggle.
Yeah.
She kind of quietly opened up to me like last year. Like, remember that? Like that wasn't a good job you did that year. And I said, what now? I said, you seemed thrilled. Yeah, I was faking it back then. And I was like, really? Okay, then. So now I'm very concerned. I'm asking sisters. I'm doing recon work. It's a difficult thing.
You gotta do the research. The research is key.
I was never a big research guy with this, though. I always thought, like, just kind of do your thing.
Yeah,
like,
well, it should be that way, but it's turned into a bigger thing than that.
I feel the same way as you. Yes, that's absolutely true. We were actually at the mall on Sunday. It wasn't too bad, actually. Crowds weren't bad. Liberty Tree and North Shore. Got a bunch of things.
Yeah, I haven't been yet. I'm hoping that when I go on Christmas Eve, it won't be
Christmas Eve.
busy.
Yeah, there you go. That's perfect. I used to do that too. Christmas Eve. Might I suggest you got the whole week off here?
Yeah.
You got nothing going on.
No.
Whatsoever.
Nothing.
Maybe get a little bass going. Maybe some core gifts. Maybe leave a few.
We'll see what happens.
I love that. People always say when you guys are home for break, literally nothing to do. Christmas Eve, gotta get out there. That's too funny. You guys, so you're probably back. What's today? The 18th? Is everybody back?
I think for the most part,
Pretty
yeah.
much?
I know UNH today was the last day of finals. I think today.
Did you just get back today?
No, I got back last Thursday. I think
wrap it up early.
Yeah, I think most people today was probably the last day for most finals, so I think everybody should be home today.
Yeah, like UMass was usually like the latest one, and they're like, maybe those guys still aren't back yet.
I know some of them are home. One of my good friends is home, but I'm not sure about everybody.
Yeah. Who's your like core group of guys? I never remember like the friend groups, like who the guys that I know that you're still hanging out with back here, like hockey guys or golf guys.
Yeah, well, I got Miles Maloof, obviously. He's at school with me, and same with Justin Knight.
So you guys are obviously close.
Yeah, and then Dylan Rogers, Ethan Coyer, Finley Barraclaw. We're all.
Is he a hockey guy? That's the only one I don't know.
Finley? No, he wasn't. He wasn't a hockey guy.
How'd he get away?
I don't know. I don't know.
That's funny. And you guys all like skate. I mean, pretty much all these new report guys, they like skate together their whole lives growing up.
Oh,
right?
yeah. I moved around when I was younger a little bit, and then I came back to report. But a bunch of the guys that I played with in high school have been playing with each other for the last 12, 13 years.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane.
A lot of how was the golf game when you left it here in the season?
It was good. I didn't end up playing at UNH, so I played all summer. Played in a couple big tournaments.
Did you give it a go to play at UNH?
I tried out for a club, and then it wasn't for me, so I didn't play. And then,
that's some serious golf there.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
You are committed.
It's a lot, yeah. And it was one of those things that you had to practice on your own, and I didn't have a car up there, so it was going to be a grind for me to get practicing. So
a lot of those college sports are a grind at that level, but it's probably nicer just to play in your leisure time anyway.
Right? Yeah, definitely.
And still beat all your buddies anyway. Do you ever play with Coach Emin? He can golf a little bit. Right?
I haven't played with him. We've had plans to golf for probably 4 years now. And
is that right? Haven't quite happened.
I'm sure next year. We just keep saying next summer. So now that I'm off of the hockey team and we don't have to worry about that drama, maybe we'll get out and play a little bit.
Yeah, it's funny how those relationships can develop adult relationships after high school. It's funny. I actually work with a guy. And he had some health issues. He beat cancer a year, maybe more than a year ago now. But he was a workout freak, and he's like, he's pushing 60, but he's in great shape, better shape than me. And he so he's almost 60, pushing 60, and still working out like crazy. But his doctor said after the cancer, like you got to take it easy, like you're going crazy. You can't be running up mountains anymore.
Yeah,
like you got to relax. So he's like, I'm just like got this personality. I always got to be going. I don't know what to do with myself. I said, when I suggest golf, I enjoy golf, and he goes, no, I don't do that. It's too slow. And I said, I think you would enjoy it. And he goes, okay, I'll try it. I told him that, and I swear to you, he's missed, like, over the last year, has missed maybe a handful of days of playing golf. The man golfed this morning. He's golfed every day this week.
Good for him.
Yeah.
That's the goal
membership
right there,
up in Nahant there. What's that course in Nahant? That tough one in the water.
Yeah.
Kelly Greens?
Something like that, yeah. I'm not sure. I've never played there.
I think it's Kelly Greens, and I think it's Nahant. I think I got both of those right. But he got like a membership there, and he's like the guy out there
that's
every morning. Crazy. He told me so. Mark Wahlberg on the golf course one day.
Yeah.
Just 2 singles out there.
Wow.
And he was like, he saw this guy, and he's walking around the course, and he's got like 5, security guys walking with him, and he goes, interesting. We're the only 2 guys actually playing out here.
Yeah.
But it's pretty funny. So I wouldn't want to play in this weather. This is not. I played in some cold weather. I've maybe done this kind of weather once.
Yeah, this is really cold. This is one of those ones that you hit that shank and it rides up the club up to your spine.
Yes,
so.
Yeah, that's like the jam job in baseball or something.
Exactly. Yeah.
Although you do get to you can run it over the pond usually if if that's the play. Yeah, but it's a little bit cold for golf. But you get you go thermals and winter gloves and all that. It can be done.
Yeah, definitely.
It can be done. Maybe not well, but I'm not sure how the greens are rolling. Who's your golf course? The golf course stayed the same the whole time. Mind blanking on his name at Newburyport. What's his name? Malafant.
Yep.
Yeah. Steve Malafant.
Yep.
He was in here one day. He was actually giving me lessons last time he was in. I was telling him my short games not working on him, and he's like, I got it fixed. Here you go. And he's calling me all this stuff. And do you remember that? Tyler's laughing. See, yeah, my chipping was just terrible. So he's telling me, what do you say? Pop a locket or something with the hands. You remember this speech?
Yeah, I don't
Never
know.
listened.
It's always a different speech.
Well, that gets to my point. Could he teach you? He didn't teach you anything, right? Because you were at that level.
He taught me as well as the rest of the team more course management stuff and more about the game rather than our swings.
How do you teach a guy who plays as well as you? What's your handicap?
It was down to a 3 at one point.
3. All right. So for those of you who don't know golf, that's like it's like 15, but you're 3 over, 15 pars on a round. That's a round I've never put together. Go ahead, keep going. Sorry.
Yeah. So he knows a lot about the game, but I mean it's difficult for one coach to fix 16 swings every day at practice. So I mean some of the guys who had never played before, he gave them more pointers on their swings, but for the guys who had more experience, he just taught us little things about like
I would never talk to you. I would just let him be.
Yeah, no, he knew when to let us be. I mean, during matches and stuff, he wouldn't talk to us. It would normally be at the end of a practice.
Did you know they can't talk to you anymore? Was that the rule when you were there?
Yeah, I don't know. I think the rule changed in the middle of our time. It was like
our coaches were
50
always
yards, 50 yards away from us or something.
50 yards away. So he can yell at you.
They can yell and they can watch us, but yeah, I don't think they're allowed to actually interact with you during the round.
Yeah, that is different from when I was there. I mentioned that. That blew my mind actually when your coach told me that because I always had coaches in my ear. Got to have this one. This is where we stand. Yada yada yada. Bad advice, by the way. Got to have this one. Don't ever tell me we got to have this one. I'm aware, or at least vaguely aware, that we.
It's better that I don't know.
That's all right. What did you? I'm sure we talked about this last time you were on, but it's always fascinating to me. You play the up-tempo hockey style. You're hitting, checking, fast-paced game. Crowd's going crazy. Then golf. Silent, quiet, just you and a playing partner, and just trying to beat one guy. 8-foot putts, pressure cookers. Like what? How do you? Just 2 different mentalities, right?
Yeah, definitely 2 completely opposite mentalities, but it's kind of nice not having the same one all the time. Yeah. It's definitely tough going from a loud locker room to a silent golf course, but it's hard, but at the same time, it's a nice little break.
Yeah.
And it's a nice change up. It's just something that you figure out a way to deal with it because it's relaxing once you get out of that loud environment.
Yeah, is that something you're gonna be playing golf into your old man years?
Definitely. That's definitely a lifelong sport for me.
It is the best game. I remember going out with my grandfather, and he was probably the one that kind of got me out there first. But I mean, it was like when I think back, like those are my memories is with him and just being on the golf course. Right. My dad's crazy man who somehow is getting worse, but playing like every day. Just kidding. I shouldn't have said that. I think he's watching. I almost dropped his Christmas gift earlier in the show, though, so I'm glad I didn't do that. I held off on that one. Just kidding, Dad. You're playing great. It's good. But the text message will happen very quickly. It is a great game. Tyler, you don't golf, right?
I play mini golf.
He plays mini golf. Windmills. you'd like to start. There you go. It's never too late. See, it's a great game. Hockey was the one that you loved playing, though, right? Everybody who played hockey is like, that's the dream, is to play.
It's hockey. It's the one that it's high school hockey, so that's the pinnacle of your career. So you enjoy it more while it lasts, because you know you'll have golf forever. Yeah. So that's why high school hockey is just completely.
That's why you see the tears when you get knocked out. That happens.
Yeah, often. It happened to us, happened to me when we got knocked out last year. So
legit emotional day, huh?
It was an emotional roller coaster that day.
Well, yeah, I mean, it is. It's you start having a bunch of flashbacks and memories, and the realization sets in, and all that bad stuff that you probably don't want to talk about. But how about the for some of your guys, Newburyport has been lucky, or whatever you want to call it, to have some guys that have gone to the next level and played. I mean, you never played with the kid at Mirages, did you?
No, he was a year above me, and then he played freshman year, but he transferred to Avon.
That was the first year we started calling games.
Yeah,
and that kid was like, even as a freshman, he was like just going around
he's
people.
Unbelievable. Yeah, he's playing at Providence, and he's playing. Last year, I think he started a bunch of games as a freshman. So.
Wait, so he was a year above you? And so is he still at Providence?
Yeah, he's a sophomore at Providence.
Okay. Oh, because he did the prep school years,
he went to Avon Old Farm for a couple of years, and then went out to the USHL.
That's right. Okay.
Big junior league.
I was trying to remember how he played that. So now a sophomore at Providence. That makes sense. Which is a good little hockey school too. Great basketball town.
Yeah.
That's where I went to school. When I lived in Providence, I was shocked at how into their basketball they were.
Yeah.
Like, legit, really into it. No football program, I think, is part of that. But UNH does have football.
Yeah, they do.
Anybody go to those games?
No.
You're trying to think of a good answer there.
No, people go to the tailgates and stay maybe for the first quarter and then head out.
Yeah.
They weren't very good this year, so it was kind of tough to be there. But hopefully they'll.
So like one, it's not 1AA anymore, right? It's like
I don't know what it is. It's something like that.
It's not great football though.
Yeah, exactly.
That's too bad. You don't need the football guys. That's talk about roller coaster playing sports.
Yeah,
that's that is a full-time job.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's.
I mean, I bet you don't even know any of those guys, do you?
I know a couple. One of my best buddies, his roommate's on the football team, and whenever I see him, he's either coming or going to the gym to practice, film, something like that. They're always going somewhere.
Usually traveling in packs too.
Right. Yeah.
They have their friends.
You can't miss them. They're the biggest guys on campus.
That is true. Not missing many meals in the cafeteria. No. Well, that's good. So when do you go back?
I think January 22nd or 23rd, whatever that Monday is.
I forgot how nice that break is.
It's nice, yeah.
That is fit. It goes quick though, so soak in all the free meals.
Yeah, That's the best part of the meals.
What do you already know? How many? So you've been here for a week. What have you done for meals so far?
I've eaten out at all my local restaurants that I like. I've been to Los Olas a couple times. That's my go-to always. So
I don't know that one.
It's up in Hampton. It's like a burrito place. It's really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know that one?
It's really good.
Oh wow. Both of these guys know it. All right. And you've been there a couple times?
Yeah, I've been there probably 3 times. Or
3 times? You've been back for a week?
Yeah, I know. It's that good.
Jeez. All right. Well, holidays, maybe a home cooked meal then. And what are you doing for the holidays?
I'm just spending it with my family. Going to different aunts and uncles' houses and grandparents. Just making the rounds, really.
The family miss watching you on the ice?
I think so. I mean, my entire family, all my cousins and uncles for that matter, we all grew up playing hockey.
Yeah.
So there's one more. My cousin Bridget's still playing at St. Paul's, but after she graduates this year, there's going to be no more hockey players.
Wow.
And Luke's actually playing at Wesleyan. So after this year, hockey's going to be completely out of the family.
How many Babcocks were there?
There are 13 grandchildren.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. And you guys are all close as cousins?
Yeah, we're really close. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I have a similar situation where it's great to have all the cousins.
Yeah.
Especially this time of year, you bring everybody together. It's good. Cool. And then shopping. What's the plan? You got to have some gift or something. Like what? Mom, Dad, you haven't taken care of them? Nothing.
They will be taken care of. We'll go to the mall and I'll find something good for them.
Right, I don't mean to put pressure on you. I'm sorry. I just don't want to see this turn into a bad situation. Matt Babcock, always a pleasure to see you, my man. Thanks for coming in. I love catching up with the alumni here during the breaks and stuff. So continued best at school and UNH, and
Thank you.
just say hello to the old Newburyport fans.
Thank you.
Go.
Hello.
Thanks for the support over the years, all that good stuff. Yeah, there you go. Good to have one of the college guys back, and say hello to all the past teammates and all that stuff, and we'll have them on too at some point. So it's been a pleasure.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Very good. We'll come back to Finish Strong here. We're going to do our little producer segment in a moment, and like I mentioned, Maya's back in the house, so I'm going to try to force her into some radio here in just a moment and check in with another college kid that's back. So we'll do that when we get back. Again, big thanks to Matt Babcock. Keep it here. Much more Afternoon Drive in just a moment.
Come on, baby, don't be cold as ice. Said you're driving on the one after 909. Begging not to go, and I'm begging on my bended knee. You only fool around with me. I said move over once, move over twice. Come on, baby, don't be cold as ice. Said you're driving on the one after 909. Pick up my bag, went to the station. Well, man said, you got the wrong location. Got my bag, run right home. Then I find I got the number wrong. Well, say you're driving on the one after 909. Move over, honey, we're traveling on that line. I said move over once, move over twice. Come on, baby, don't be cold as ice. Said we're driving on the one after 909. Yeah. Well, man said, you got the wrong location. Yeah, got my bag, run right home, run right home. Then I find I got the number wrong. Yeah, said you're driving on the one after 909. I said, move over, honey, I'm traveling on that line. I said, move over once, move over twice. Come on, baby, don't be cold as ice. Said we're driving on the one after 90. Said we're driving on the one after 90. Said we're driving on the one after 909.
Well, hey, welcome back. It's Afternoon Drive here on Chopper Radio. My name is Drew Moholland. Producer segment time. Again, big thanks to Matt Babcock, as I adjust my seat. Matt Babcock, he was a great hockey player back in the day, and I think an even better golfer, although he doesn't really admit that. It's a little tough to get that out of him, as you can see, but I eventually pinned him in on the 3 handicap, which tells you how good of a player he is. But big thanks, well-spoken kid. I've always liked him, and I was happy he said yes to come on for the alumni show. So Tyler Neufeld, Maya Gassman, I had last name right?
Yep.
It's been a while. I just said to myself, like, geez, I haven't said this in like a year. I hope I got it right. Well, hey, you two.
Hi.
What are you looking at, Tyler?
What's up?
What, you looked concerned. I'm in control here. I have the things. We're good.
Okay.
You looked concerned. Are you concerned? You can be producer concerned.
I'm just hungry.
You're just hungry.
That's all.
I think the last 3 times you've started it out by saying you're hungry.
It's kind of my vibe. Like, I don't eat. But it's unintentional.
It's kind of college day. I like the Fordham.
Yeah.
It's kind of a. Yeah, show that again.
Theme, right?
Yeah. Did he play?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's but it's like the hockey style though. Well, anyways, Tyler, we talk a lot to you. Maya, how you doing?
I'm good. Yeah.
How you been?
I just finished my first semester of college.
Yep. Where at again?
Champlain.
Champlain.
Burlington, Vermont.
One of my favorite little cities, Burlington.
Have you been?
I have been.
Yeah, it's really fun. They have a great music scene. So
They do. It's one of my favorite parts about it. Yes, it's very fun. So how is life up there?
It's really good. It's fun so far. I like it a lot. I don't think I'm gonna transfer, which is good.
That is good.
And
That's a real thing. People do transfer. I mean, people transfer
I was
early
scared
usually.
that I wasn't going to like it, and I do. So that's good.
Yeah.
And yeah, I like my major. I like the kids, and yeah, I like my dorm.
Wow.
It's good.
No complaints so far. I remember when you were deciding, you had it down to a couple.
Yeah, it was.
You were
down
stressed,
to-
actually. You had a
I
stressful
was.
time
Yeah.
period.
Oh yeah, because I didn't know. I think I decided the day before I was allowed to, and yeah, I made my decision, and it was a good one. I guess.
Well, that's good. Brian, do you remember, Tyler, your decision making last day?
Yeah, well, I mean, going back to it, is it Matt Babcock?
Matt Babcock, yeah.
I mean, he was saying like he applied for 6 schools, and you said 6, he said 6. Are you 15?
Yeah, I think my mother snuck some in there. She was worried I wasn't going to get into some. So
My whole process was definitely much more relaxed than everyone else.
yeah,
Like he's saying, oh, around this time I was waiting for letters to come in. I didn't
Yeah.
start applying until the day before the last deadline.
yeah,
Yeah, like that's my style.
yeah.
If there's no deadline, it's why am I doing it? But so,
Sarah's taking notes in there. The boss, Sarah Hayden.
well, I get things done here.
I know. I'm
You
just
know-
kidding with you.
But I had a similar kind of thing. Like I didn't know where I wanted to go. I
Yep.
really didn't want to go to UMass Amherst,
Yep.
and
And now you're here wearing a Fordham sweatshirt.
yeah. Well, I went to Fordham for the admitted students day, and it just felt right, and I went there.
Yep.
So I made my mind up like the. week
It is true.
before.
The visit's the big thing. Did you visit Maya? Did you visit Champlain?
3 times.
3 times.
Yeah.
You're
I
very.
visited
She's more thorough than
Every
you, I think,
place
Tyler.
I applied to, I visited maybe 2 or 3 times, which was nice of my parents. I drove to Ithaca 2 times. I went to Nashville, Tennessee 2 times.
Wow.
I went to American University 2 times.
Nashville would have been fun.
It was really fun. So we made it a whole day trip, and we got there. We'd leave my house at probably 4 in the morning.
What school was it? Vandy or
Belmont University.
Belmont? Okay.
Because they have a great music.
Vandy's Nashville, right? Vanderbilt. I think so.
Vanderbilt is.
Yeah.
It was right
Yeah.
up the street,
Yeah.
I think. And then we'd spend all day in Nashville, and then by 8 o'clock we'd get on an airplane and fly home. So 2 airplanes in one day.
Wow.
Yeah.
That
And it
is-
was fun though because we'd go in the middle of the week when I'd be missing a day of school, so it was kind of fun.
Was that parents going with you for the whole
Yeah.
time? Wow, that is some good. That's Parent of the Year
Oh,
award
yeah. Yeah.
running right there.
My mom actually wanted to write a book about the college process, so she was starting to take notes from
Really?
the stuff she was saying and the stuff I said and the tours and everything.
Really?
It's kind of comical in the end. You put in so much work and you end up going to one school.
Yeah, I know.
And yeah.
It's 4 years though. It's 4 years of your life.
It's 4 years, but some people say
Yeah.
4 years is, oh, that's nothing. 4 years isn't anything. But when you're in the 4 years, it's a lot. You're
Yeah.
living it. You have
It's
to
kind
live
of an
those 4
important 4 years too.
years. Yeah.
It's
Very
growth wise.
That's true.
You remember those years your whole life too, for better or for worse. What would you like to elaborate on the worst part, Tyler?
The food.
Yeah, that's good.
I went so
That's a
we were
good
just
answer.
talking about UMass Amherst,
Yep.
and I've visited there a few times to visit
Yep.
my friends. So they have like the best food, and then Fordham had the worst food in the nation.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Was that's actually voted on, right? It was like dead last.
They rose out of it, and then they were like 7th worst, then 9th, and then they dropped Sodexo, and they picked up.
I have Sodexo.
Yeah, we had and they do
It's
it.
so bad.
It's so bad, and they do the tier program too. We had the lowest tier.
Wow.
It was awful.
What does Champlain rank then?
Oh, I don't know the ranking.
It's not
for
good, though.
food, but it sucks.
out right
There's a kid
Bring it up,
who
yeah.
has someone. There's some people that run an Instagram account called Sodexo Trash,
Really?
which is our dining hall, and it's so bad. It's bad. They have almost no options. They end breakfast at around 10 in the morning. So if you have a class at 11, I like to go at 10:30 so I can eat for a half hour before my class. They have no breakfast food, so it's in between lunch and breakfast, but no one eats lunch at 11 or whatever, 10:30. And
So it's not all glorious up
so
there.
they have nothing ready. They just put all the pancakes away, and there's nothing to eat because they're making the lunch.
What's the day right now for you? So what are you doing Monday through Friday?
Yeah.
Okay. And what time are you getting up? Well, we just talked about this. You can later in years you can
What time
negotiate.
I get up
Yeah.
for college?
Yeah, what time's first class?
Oh, okay. So, well, my first class on Monday was 11. I would either have 11s or 9:30s.
That's tough. I think you got to start. Yeah, I would struggle with that.
Not bad for me.
You wouldn't. You'd
Why?
rather. You'd either start
Was
at
that
7 p.m. You'd rather start.
Not necessarily. I like
Yeah.
like noon start times. Those were good.
Yeah.
Noon. Yeah. See, I'm actually the other way. I like earlier. I'm an earlier guy.
Well, I like to get over with for me personally.
Yeah. Yeah. I was telling
Yeah.
off the air. I was telling Tyler and Matt that one year I did Tuesdays, Thursdays. Just those were my only class days.
How would you do that?
Just like
Was it 5
8
classes
8.
one day.
Yeah, and maybe even a sixth on one of those days. But yeah, it was 5, so it was like 8 a.m. to, you know. I
How'd you
think
do that?
I loved it. It was
What'd
great.
you do in your free time?
Well, part of the reason I did that was because I was living off campus at the time, so I had a 20-minute commute from Providence to my school, and I said, well, we could save somebody on gas too. We don't have to make the 20-minute drive.
That's
Do that
smart.
twice a week. Yeah, it was brilliant. I tried to make like Wednesday work day.
Work day? So you had a job?
No, like schoolwork, because if it builds up. Like I'm probably taking like one of those classes was once a week, so it was like a long class, so you get a lot of work to do during the week. So I tried to get all that stuff done. And actually, usually it wasn't a full day. So, and then you kind of had I treated like Friday to Monday as the weekend, which was good.
God.
That was late though. That was after senior year, I think.
One of my roommates did that freshman year.
That's tough.
And
You don't want to do that
He
freshman
almost
year.
flunked out because of it.
Yeah. You got to be. Yeah, see, I had some experience.
Top of your work. I learned that.
Yeah, that's the toughest part. We were actually saying that. Do you agree? Freshman year, very difficult. It can be tough.
No, my school's
Oh,
kind
easy?
of too
Yeah.
easy. Yeah, I do no work. I had no finals. I don't get tests in
No
my school.
finals.
No.
See, Vermont too laid back these days.
No, UVM is intense, but it's just Champlain, my school.
Are they private?
Yeah, it's a private school.
It's beautiful. I think I didn't actually
Probably
go on
drove
campus
past
there, but
it.
it's right on the lake,
It's
obviously.
so close to everything. It's in a great location.
Yeah, I was visiting UVM when the times I had gone up there, but which is also beautiful. But and Burlington's a very cool city. What do you guys do for going out campus or out?
You mean Montreal out?
No, like Burlington, like bar scene or not
I
bars,
can't
but
get into the bars yet
that's
because
that's what I meant.
I'm 19.
19, man, 19 in college. That's I guess we all were, but that's weird to think about.
Yeah. And some people have fake IDs. I don't because I don't want mine.
They still make those.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Roaring Train.
It's a big deal for fake IDs because you either have a good one and it works, or you have one that doesn't work
Yeah.
and you get it taken away. Or some bars you don't even have to look like the person; you can go as a completely different race. And
Yeah,
they'll
so
be-
that was huge. Like when I was in college, was the fake ID. But I don't know. I kind of figured like in this day and age with
no, they still do it. It's just
They're more.
they're better. They're more hard. They're cracking down better, and
they're
people
cracking
aren't-
down better.
Yeah, people aren't as good at getting
So you
in.
must do mostly campus hangouts then.
Yeah. Well, off campus too, because I have friends who live off campus, and I just hang out with them. Or
Yeah.
most of them are over 21, so.
So what's the toughest part? You're balancing schoolwork pretty good.
Oh yeah.
What's the tough adjustment? There's got to be some besides the food. Food is probably number one.
Well, one thing I don't like is in the dining hall. Most of my friends, a lot of them live off campus, so I don't see them in the dining hall. So I sit alone a lot,
Oh, this turned into a sad story.
which is okay. Cause I'm fine with being alone, and I like it because it's nice to have time for yourself. But when I see large groups of friends all talking and laughing, and I'm just sitting alone eating salad or something,
Good choice, healthy choice.
well, yeah, trying to stay healthy, and the food kind of sucks. So salad's the option I go to the most. Because
Okay.
everything else is so bad. Yeah, and salad, you know what salad tastes like. The salad dressing sucks too, but just gotta get past that.
Tyler's nodding his head. You agree?
Yeah.
I survived off.
Hale and hearty soup, salads, and buffalo chicken wraps for 2 years.
Yeah.
It was
Off campus?
no, I lived on campus all 4 years. Hey, my mother is afraid of the outside.
Kansas City is a little bit more dangerous than Burlington.
It is.
Yeah, you guys had different.
And
You have
it's
different city
more
life experiences.
expensive to own an apartment or something because the rent's a lot cheaper in Burlington.
Yeah.
The rent actually around Fordham though is much cheaper than living on campus. It wasn't monetary.
Interesting.
But there were some things around Fordham that she was afraid of.
Well, Maya, what would you tell the? We were talking about this with Matt Babcock. There, what's the? You guys are the same age. What is the? What would you tell the kid looking to pick a school right now? Because there's a lot of that going on.
I don't know much about the ending of college, but as for money, I would pick one that gives you the most money. And
that is a big factor. Nobody ever says that, but that's kind of a big one.
Scholarship.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so important because you don't have to pay money at the end. Not at the end, but I'm just happy that I picked one that gave me the most money because I know that I can feel fine spending money and going to concerts and stuff because I won't have as much debt.
Yeah.
And also pick a school based on the location because my friend goes to WPI and that's in Worcester.
Yeah.
And yeah, she can go to concerts and stuff, but it's not the safest place and there's not much to do around there.
Yeah.
You can go into Boston, but that's not right outside your dorm. You'd have to take a bus or train or something. And so location is definitely a big one. You want to be in a good college town down the street from you, from your dorm. Or city. Yeah.
You want.
Well, yeah, city or town. Something with a lot to do right outside of where you live because that will also bring in kids with similar interests because they'll know I'm going to this college because it has a nice town.
She's got this all down.
That's really smart.
Yeah. Do you have? She's not even done. Keep going. No, it's good. Keep rolling.
No,
What
keep going.
else?
This is good advice.
Well,
This is.
I think that's
You
just-
could write. You should write this book with your mother. Is what you should do. Mother-daughter book.
That would be good. The first part is finding college, and the second half is okay. Good decision.
Living it.
Yeah, living.
There you go.
Work in progress.
There you go.
Yeah.
Anything you'd like to add to that, Tyler?
I'm just gonna like.
Go on what she said about location. It's a big. I mean, you don't want to just pick it because of location, but
Did you love New York, or did you learn to love New York?
I love New York.
Yeah.
I mean, the first time I went there was 9. I saw like a Christo exhibit
Yeah.
he did. It was like the gates. He made the big orange gates.
Yep.
That was my first time in New York. And it was from that moment, I wanted to live in New York.
Yep.
So it wasn't a struggle.
And now you just travel there every weekend.
I just traveled there. But yeah, location though. Don't make it just about the location, but that is something that is not talked about ever.
Yeah.
I have so many friends that transferred because they picked like their dream college in the middle of like rural nowhere.
They got bored with it and nothing else to do.
Yeah,
They-
you get bored.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't like ski or anything, and they don't hunt. And it's like, great. What are you gonna do? Sit around and like eat pizza and drink? That's
Yeah.
not. It's not. That
Some people.
I mean,
have made that a
Well,
success.
yeah, they can do it wherever they want. Though, like that's fine.
Right here. All right. My final thoughts. You're back for how long?
About a month.
It's an awesome break.
Yeah, I don't
It's-
have much to do,
Yeah.
which is nice.
That
Not
is
that
good.
I wasn't stressed in college though at the end,
Yeah.
which I couldn't believe that I wasn't stressed in college. I was just.
You probably just got lucky with a batch of school classes that don't have finals, right?
No, my school's different.
Really?
We most of it's project based.
Really?
I don't have to take gen eds either.
No finals at all?
Yeah.
Gen eds are like, they get a bad rap, but they're not terrible. I mean, some of them are terrible, but it's you learn
What are they? Gen eds?
like core classes.
Oh,
My core
okay.
classes are so different.
Terminology, I think, has changed a little bit over the years. I don't even know what a gen ed is. So
Like math
What would you
and
say? Like
science.
for
Oh.
mandatory classes?
yeah,
To graduate.
yeah, maybe
They
core
weren't part of
classes
the
or something.
major. They're just classes
Yeah.
that you have to take. Everyone.
I don't know if we had a name for them. I think we just called them classes we have to take.
I mean, we call them core.
I call them
Yeah.
core too.
No, there you go. All right, cool, very good. Holiday shopping done? Haven't started. You haven't
My
started.
holiday's over.
You're.
I celebrate Hanukkah.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
That's right. So you don't have to do. Do you have to do any Christmas shopping?
No, because I don't celebrate Christmas at all.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's easy.
Super easy.
Tyler.
I went shopping in New York when I was there the other weekend, so I have some gifts, and
And you get to sell them as like New York gifts.
they're abroad.
They're from Broadway.
Yeah. So I have some down, but
They're
I
abroad, is that what you said?
it's a different place.
Little Italy.
Little Italy is a
Been to Italy?
yeah. I've been to Italy.
Oh, it's so good.
Where's that? What?
It's you know the Flatiron Building.
Yeah.
It's right there.
Oh.
So it's this it's like an Italian. It's a food market, but it's more than a food market.
They have a restaurant in the back. You keep going and you going, and you think, oh, that's the end. No, you keep going. There's a restaurant back there, right in the
This is a
back
popular
corner.
spot.
It was so crowded.
Really?
Yeah. That's crazy.
Secrets out.
It's not a secret.
Well, it was pretty crowded when I went. They had so much cool food that I wanted to just try everything.
There you go.
But it was expensive.
Home cooked meal for you tonight? That must be a good part.
Yeah, I mean, I made dinner last night.
You made dinner?
But I like cooking, and it's nice to have a kitchen. Finally.
Easier at home, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and Tyler, can take out for you. I saw you eating back there.
I made that.
Oh, sorry.
It's instant noodles.
I am very sorry. My apologies.
How dare you? I'm a good cook. I'll have you know. I'm phenomenal. I make food. No, I make stews, chilies. I make some mean eggs. But that sounds like they're not just normal eggs. They're like this weird, whatever.
I'm gonna let you end with that. One more show, Thursday music show. You guys both here? You back?
Oh.
Yeah. We have a band in here.
Oh, I might actually have to go to my ear appointment. I think I have tinnitus.
I think you've missed these guys, Tyler, every time. This is like the third time they've been on. Good question. I forget that. I'm mind blanking on their name. Good group of guys, though. You'll enjoy them. Come on in. It'll be fun. Thursday, music. And that'll be the last show for a little bit before the holidays. We get a little bit of a break. So, Tyler Neufeld, Maya Gassman, and Matt Babcock. David Kramer producing the TV side. And thanks for Matt for coming in. Little alumni show. Appreciated it very much. We'll see you Thursday. My name is Drew Moholland. This has been Afternoon Drive. Thursday, 3 p.m. Should be fun. Bye-bye now.
Ha ha!